All right, how's it going? Welcome to episode 9 of Closet Talk. I am your host, Ethan. How are you guys doing? I hope your Friday is going awesome. Woo, Friday, right? Everybody's just killing it, living for the weekend, right? Just waiting for Friday to come around because you know you don't got to go to work the next 2 days. Is that your life right now? If it is, then you need to start doing other things. Hello. Don't make the week so boring, right? Figure something else to do. Wow. Yeah, so episode 9. What are we going to talk about? I don't know. Let's just maybe how my day started. How about that? Dude, I actually typed in on YouTube today, kids snorting condoms. I never thought that would be something that I look up, but I definitely looked it up because I keep hearing all this shit about, the kids eating laundry detergent, little Tide Pods or whatever. Now there's this whole march about, they do look good, that stupid shit. And now I guess the new, online challenge is kids snorting rubbers. What I don't get about it is these parents' reactions. Like everybody's freaking out, like, what's wrong? What's wrong with all these kids snorting condoms and eating laundry detergent and dude, do you forget the dumb shit that you used to do as a kid? Right? Every generation has something stupid that they did or that was popular to do during the time you were around. I don't get the shock of, oh, they're eating laundry detergent and snorting condoms. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm fucked up, but it's kind of funny to me. It's kind of funny because, I used to do the dumb shit that I used to do. And let me tell you something. Eating laundry detergent and snorting condoms is so basic as fuck compared to the things that I used to do as a kid, right? Snorting a condom or eating laundry detergent, that's just like entry level bullshit. That's so entry level compared to what I used to do, man. I used to do some dumb ass things. Dude, we used to take these we would take PVC pipe, right? We would take PVC pipe and you would take the tip of a Bic pen, right? You pull that out, you pull the ink part out, and you pull the pen part out, and then you would stick a nail down through it, and then you would wrap tape around where it normally sat in the pen, and you would tie like a wad of paper or yarn. Yarn worked really well, and you would put it in where the ink used to go, right? And you tape that on there, and now you have this fucking 4 to 5 inch long, basically fucking bullet, but it was a nail, and you would put this shit into the PVC pipe, and you would blow, and it was a blow gun, and dude, these things would just sail, right? They would stick into plywood, right? Just a nail coming out, and we would shoot these things at each other, right? We would shoot them up in the air and look up for it, like, where's it gonna land, right? We did all of that. I remember doing that shit. And there was nobody was watching us, right? Nobody was out there, monitoring us through our fucking phones. None of that shit. It was just go outside and check in every 2 hours. And when it gets dark, your ass better be home, right? This was stupid. Me and my buddy Tommy, we would get these pieces of bamboo, and we would carve it and make a pipe out of it, and we would stick weed in it. Not marijuana weed, like grass weeds, like that grow in people's yards, just weeds. And we would crush this shit up and put it in this bamboo pipe with a horrible, screen filter on it that would, half melt, and we would smoke it, which was so fucking dumb, but we did it. We did it because we thought it was cool. We're smoking, hanging out with my little pipe here, we didn't have any kind of access to tobacco at that age. So, we just started smoking fucking lawn trimmings and weeds and shit like that. And now that I'm older, it's like, dude, you realize how damaging that was? We were basically breathing in smoke that you would get in like a forest fire, thinking it's making us cool, right? And I remember one day Tommy's mom found these fucking pipes, and dude, I was so scared because I knew my dad would have whooped my fucking ass. Not with a belt. His form of punishment was like fill a backpack with rocks and then make me run in the mud, run up and down hills. Very, very effective punishment, by the way. Very effective punishment. Just scream at you like a drill sergeant. Be standing there with a cup of coffee, right? And you would have to run. I'd break down and start crying like a little bitch 2 minutes in. I'm sorry. Just dumb shit. Smoking fucking lawn trimmings like an idiot, right? Well, that's what we did. That wasn't even some of the worst shit. Like, that was like when I was younger than these kids snorting condoms. When I was around the age where these kids are snorting condoms, I was just recreating Jackass videos. That's what me and my friends would do, right? We would recreate Jackass videos. That was the thing to do. And there was no online, there was internet, but it wasn't as big as it was now. Like, there was no, like, posting videos to, like, Facebook and YouTube and shit like that. Like, online videos were not as big. What we would film on a high-8 camera, right? This thing was, like, the size of a fucking Happy Meal. And, like, you drag around, like, this tape, and you film your friends getting hurt. That's what it was. Right? Watching your friends do stupid shit and get hurt was funny. That, for me, it was. Like, we would film just horrible, like, recreated stunts that we saw on some shit, or we would just make them up as we go along. You film these things, and then at the end of the day, after everybody's scraped up and bruised and burned and all that shit, you sit down and you rewatch it on the TV, and you laugh your fucking ass off. That's what we would do. Dude, my friend Mikey, we lit his face on fire and then shot him with paintballs, right? Just to watch him run around. It was fucking hilarious. We took a can of Axe, and sprayed it on his face. We literally basically doused my friend's face in a flammable fluid, and he looked at the camera and said, "I'm Mikey, and this is the face to fire." And then we lit that shit on fire. He starts running around trying to put this shit out as we're shooting paintballs at him. Like, why? Why would you do that? Right? That was some dumb shit, and we would film it. We're basically filming each other torture each other. That's what we were doing, right? But there was no, like, our parents would just be like, "Oh, you're idiots. Like, that's dumb, blah, blah, blah." But there wasn't the shock, like the freak out. They would be like, "Oh my God, like, are you kidding me? Like, why would you do that?" And we were stupid to them for doing these things, right? But nowadays, it's gone overboard. It's gone overboard, and now there's these marches. We gotta get Tide Pods to look less edible. Like, what the fuck? Like, now people, I feel like everybody's just a little too soft nowadays. I mean, we turned out fine, right? I mean, I know I'm a weird dude, but I fucking pay my taxes, right? I don't have a juvenile record. I don't have an adult record, right? I've been a good member of society, but yeah, we just did dumb shit. I mean, it's just because, videos at that time, now that's what it is. Now there's more attention. Now you could put a video on Facebook and it gets seen by like 1 million people and you get paid. You become famous. That's I believe is what's happening right now with the kids younger. I even see it with my younger brothers. They look up to these people on YouTube, and they're just like, "That's what I'm going to be when I get older. I want to be a YouTuber," right? You just make videos. It looks like a lot of fun. You go out, you film your day windsurfing or whatever the fuck it is that you're doing. You put a video of it on YouTube. Boom. You're famous. Everybody fucking knows you, and you're getting paid for it. I'll be honest. The dumb shit I would do to get fucking paid. If I was getting paid by the internet to do some dumb shit, the things that I would do, I'll snort a condom. Oh my gosh, that's so easy, right? Steve-O used to do that shit on Jackass, right? Remember he snorted a worm and then he would pull it out of his mouth and the worm would still be alive? Or he'd swallow a goldfish, right? And then puke it back into the cup and it would still be alive. Remember that shit? Snorting a condom? That's pussy stuff. That's basic entrance level stuff to some of the things that we would do. We just thought, the reason why I never did anything like that is because we thought it was too stupid. We thought it wasn't funny. It's like, oh yeah, you snort a condom, put it out of your mouth. That's not funny. Nobody would want to watch that. But Mikey, if your face was on fire and we shot you with paintballs, that would be fucking hilarious. Everybody would watch that. Everybody would. At least in my opinion. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I remember when me and my sister, my little sister, we would have to walk to school. Remember that shit? You have to walk to school. And we would get bored on this walk, so we would just find shit to do. And one day, the shit that we found to do was my sister was going to fill up this old water bottle that we found, fill it with rocks and dirt, and throw it at the next car that fucking passes. And that's exactly what happened. She filled up this water bottle, boom, and she threw it at the car. It hit the side of this Mustang. It was probably like 98, so it's a shit beater car now, but back then that was nice. And, dude, the tires just lock up on this fucking Mustang as this thing screeches to a stop. I'll be honest, I was so fucking scared. I have never been so scared in my life. I thought I was going to die, like the guy was going to get out and just kill me, right? And we're kids at this point. And he gets out, and he did not talk to us like we were kids. He talked to us like we were full-on adults, and we had just hit his fucking car with a hard-ass fucking object for no reason. And that's exactly what we did. For no reason. Fuck it. Throw it at the next car. Let's see what happens. Well, we saw what happened. Fucking the car's tires lock up. This guy screeches to a stop. He jumps out. What the fuck? What the fuck did you just throw at my goddamn car? What the fuck was that? My sister, right? She hightails it and runs and hides behind this fucking berm, right? And the guy's like looking at me like, what the fuck? And he's like walking and getting closer to me. And I was such a bitch that I was like, I didn't do it. It was my sister. She's over there. And I just fucking pointed to where she was at. And literally, the guy looked at me like, wow. This was his reaction. By me doing that, he just looked at me like, wow, what a bitch you are. I don't even need to do anything because you're bound to get your ass kicked by somebody at some point because you're just such a little bitch, right? And he gets in his Mustang and he fucking leaves. And I was just so relieved. But that's something that I remember because my sister's like, what the fuck? Like, peeks up behind this berm like, what the hell is that? Like, why would you tell on me for that? As the big brother, you're supposed to protect your little sister. Nope, not me. Fuck her. I didn't throw those rocks at that goddamn Mustang. That was you, lady. Own up to your shit, right? The generations before you are fighting for equal rights, and goddamn it, that means everything. You're going to take the rap for shit just like I have to. But once again, we never got paid for any of this shit. It was literally just for fun. But now, you could put it on the internet and get fucking paid for it. So I would guess that right there is the motivation that these kids have to do this shit. Right? I put some funny video on the internet. All my friends see it. I'm instantly famous at school. Right? Fuck getting good grades. I could just be pulling in more money than both of my parents combined because I snorted condoms and ate laundry detergent. Fuck it. What? You get a tummy ache for like a week? Right? Worth it to me. Worth it to me. I don't know, man. I think that maybe we should stop coddling everybody and coddling everything. I mean, I think the reason why things are getting like this is because, there's more awareness to it now. Everybody has a camera and a phone in their pocket, right? You could put anything and everything on the internet. There is no fucking filter. You can just put whatever you want on there. And now all of a sudden, instead of you just telling this story to your friends, millions of people can see it, and millions of people can put in their opinion and their 2 cents on what it is that just happened. You know, here's what's going to be funny to me, is one day this is the generation of kids that will be running the country when I'm in my 60s, right? I think it would be funny. We should put that question on the president application now, right? Did you ever snort friggin' condoms? It would be funny. Watch them try to defend it, right? Like Bill Clinton did with the blowjob thing. And just be up there. I was like, I never had rubbers in my nasal, right? They're actually defending it like it's a serious thing, like they were freaking selling pounds of heroin or some shit. That's eventually what's going to happen, is everybody's going to take this shit so seriously. I mean, if there's marches going on for the shit, obviously it's going to be on a questionnaire somewhere. Have you ever done something stupid, right? Shit, man, the motivation to do something stupid nowadays is higher than ever, especially with that kind of fucking money that YouTube offers for that kind of behavior, you know? Dude, I'll just share one more, I guess. Why not? You remember the barrels? You would get in a barrel. That's what me and my friends would do. We would get in a trash can, a barrel, and then you push each other down a hill. But that was never enough for me and my friends. Like, it was always, we need to hurt you at the max possible so we could get it on camera. That was that was the driving motivation. You need to get as hurt as possible during this stunt so that way we could have it on camera. And it wasn't for, I'm going to be internet famous. It was strictly so I know at the end of the day I am going to laugh my ass off at something. So we would put each other in these trash cans and push each other down a hill. After a while, just watching somebody tumble in a barrel down a regular hill, it started to get boring, right? So now we started incorporating like ramps on the side of the hill so the person would get airtime, and these ramps would just be made out of like a stick so we know the ramp was going to fail, right? You would intentionally set your friend up to fail, and that was funny to us. We also discovered that if you get in a barrel, and if somebody's like, don't push the barrel straight down the hill. If you cockeye the barrel a little bit and then push them, the way that the hill catches the barrel, instead of the barrel rolling, it starts tumbling. And now you're tumbling inside of this barrel. Your arms are like flying out and like smacking the ground with every rotation of the barrel. Maybe I should tell anybody who's listening to this, if you're younger, maybe you shouldn't do these things. Go ahead and be soft and snort a fucking condom, alright? Whatever. I probably don't do that either. I'm not an advocate for any of this shit. I'm just saying some of my stories here of how we used to fuck each other up, and how I'm saying that condom snorting is way harmless than some of the shit that we used to do. But I'm sure it's bad for you. You can suffocate or whatever, right? Get stuck in your airway. All of a sudden, your mom comes running in. You got condoms hanging out of your face. You know, the window's open. The guy already jumped out and left. That joke makes no sense, but maybe you get it. You know, that's how you know what generation I'm from. You know, grew up in the 90s. What's scarier, the fact of your mom coming in and finding a condom hanging out of your mouth and thinking you're gay? Right? Or just tumbling your ass down a hill and possibly ending up with some broken bones. Fuck that. I'm not gonna look like like I just got mouth raped by a bunch of condoms. I'm literally, no, throw me down a hill. Throw me down a hill, light my face on fire, do whatever you gotta do. By God, there is no way in hell I'm gonna look like that, you know? But that's how you can tell the generation difference, you know? So once again, don't take any of this as like a how-to guide, you know, but even though I just kind of taught you how to make fucking pretty lethal darts. I don't know. See, that was just shit that we did though, you know, and nowadays I would say let your kids have a little bit of freedom. Shit, I see my kid climbing on something, and I'm like, he's going to fall off of that. Sometimes I don't run over and be like, hey, get off of that, you're going to fall. Sometimes I just let him take the little tumble, right? You got a scratch on your knee, and now you're not going to try to climb that again. Because if I told you not to do it, chances are you're going to try to do it even more. So, I don't know, maybe I still just have a young mentality. I'm only 28, right? Maybe this is a lot more scary to people who are in their 40s and 50s, but to those people that are in their 40s and 50s, I would say, think of some of the stuff you were doing, because I guarantee you it was probably, I bet you my tumbling down the hill in a trash can is like pussy level compared to some of the things you were doing. You had a lot more basic tools available, right? There was no internet. You used the phone like once a night with that little cord by the fucking refrigerator that was always hanging up in your house, right? So you all had to find new ways to socialize and entertain yourself. That's what these kids are doing now, except, hey, shit, you know what? They're smart enough to put it on the internet and possibly get paid for it. So, yeah, you know what? I guess that's my take on this whole condom detergent bullshit thing. Stop worrying about it so much, right? Don't worry about it. It's a phase. It'll pass. Just maybe be a little bit more thankful that, the challenges nowadays aren't as violent as they used to be. Because there wasn't a Facebook challenge when I was a kid. It was a personal challenge of, I need to hurt my friend so we can all laugh about it later. So I think everything is toned down a little bit. And, whether you think that's a good or a bad thing, I guess that's subjective, So that's my whole take on the condom thing. Look at that. Wow, 20 minutes already. 21 minutes flew by, and it just went in from me just talking about how my day started. That's amazing. All right, well, I guess that's where I'm going to end it here. If you have, please, okay, here's the thing. Submit the horrible things you used to do as a kid. Submit them, right? Email me at closettalkwithethan@gmail.com. Submit your stories of some of the horrible things you used to do. And make me feel like not such a psycho here, that like I'm saying, snorting condoms is harmless compared to what I used to do. I know there's some way horrible stuff out there that you used to do as a kid, so feel free to submit it at closettalkwithethan@gmail.com. I also just recently started an Instagram page where I will be posting little videos and little things that I find are funny throughout the day as I go along. Also, you can listen to this podcast on YouTube and the Anchor app at Closet Talk with Ethan. And thanks guys for all your support, and I hope this was funny and entertaining to you. Feel free to tell me how I can be better. Maybe I curse too much. I don't know. Whatever your opinion is, feel free to submit it. And yeah, so thanks once again, and I hope you guys enjoy your Friday and enjoy your weekend. All right, don't go pushing each other down hills. Or do. I'll tell you this much. Whatever you decide to do, it's going to be fine. You're going to be fine. You're going to wake up the next day, eat breakfast, laugh about it with your friends, and carry on with life. All right? So, once again, have a nice Friday. Have a great weekend, and I will talk to you guys on the next episode.